Hi, this is Pastor Blair with Tactical Pulpit. Um, I'm just going to show you my winter water setup here, and how I use it in my livestock winter pasture. This is the hydrant here, and even these hydrants after extreme cold, a few days of 25, 30, 40 below will freeze up, and then you're kind of done for the year. But with a good snow cover like we've got here, hopefully that'll hold up till spring. So what I do is I've got a length of hose that you see here hanging in this tree. I run that from the hydrant over to this here, and I stick it in there, and I run this all the way to my water tank. And it's just a slightly downhill grade, so the water doesn't stay in there. And if that ever gets out of whack, it freezes up instantly. But let me go down to the waterer and show you from there on out. This is my, I guess you'd call it a poor man's Ritchie waterer. The pipe from the hydrant comes out there, and I've got this compost pile here full of leaves. Underneath this I've got a 265-gallon fuel oil barrel drum, and I've got that buried in the ground here. Let me get to a better spot. So a local realtor called me and had paid me actually to pull this fuel oil barrel, 265-gallon fuel oil barrel, out of somebody's basement on a house he was trying to sell. It was half full of fuel oil that I pumped out and ran in my tractors the rest of that summer. But so what I did is I dug down about 8 inches. I put some foam down, set this on top of it, packed the dirt up alongside. I've got that compost pile on the whole back end. This is just a small, maybe 14 by 14 inch hole cut into it to the water there. And then I banked the front of it with dirt and put these cinder blocks around it and drove a few pegs in to keep them from tumbling. You see the steam coming from there. That is, I do have a tank heater in it there's the cord for it right there, that I plug in. Let's see, at about 15 degrees I start to get ice on top of that. Otherwise it heats itself from the compost. Even with that tank heater running, I'm about 75% more efficient than running a tank heater in a tank, open tank, uninsulated. So that's it. Just a little trick. It's easy. I've got with about 10 cows in here. I've got I fill it about every day. I can get by with every other day, but I've also got some rogue goats running around in here, and if the water level gets too far down, they can't reach it, which I suppose would be fine if they ran away and found water elsewhere. But now in the summer, obviously I've got stock ponds and things like that, so this is just for my winter pasture, my winter water here, my poor man's Ritchie.